Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. Hello, everybody. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother, Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit. Every week, we're here to share 3D print projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're live streaming on all the networks. This is episode 491. It is July 16th, 2025. If you'd like to join us live on the show, you can join the Adafruit Discord server at this URL at the top here, discord.gg/Adafruit. And we're going to check in every so often to find out what's going on. Say shout outs to folks that are coming in live. This week, we're streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and X. If you got any comments on those channels, we can bring those into the chat. So feel free to, wherever the chats are, can bring them in. I'll give some shout outs to folks. We got squid.jpg hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. Hello. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. And on YouTube, we got Nikita hanging out saying hi. Hello. Good stuff. This week, we have new prototype projects that we're working on. We got a bit of a shop talk that we'll talk about more. And we have a time-lapse project. We got a lot of chats and stuff going on, a lot of interesting tips and techniques that go into some of your favorite 3D printed projects. Let's go ahead and start off with some deals at adafruit.com/free. These are the deals going on this week. For orders starting at $99 or more, you're going to get a free PCB coaster with a golden Adafruit logo. If your order is $149 or more, you get that PCB coaster plus an Adafruit KB2040, which is the dev board I'll be using in this new project that I can't wait to share. And then at the top tier at $199, you'll get the KB2040 for free, the PCB coaster for free, and free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. And on top of that, we have a special coupon code for viewers of the show. 10% off code Noodle Boost. Noodle Boost will get you 10% off your order. So while you're at checkout, add that code and you'll get 10% off. And if you reach any of the tiers, you will get free items automatically added to your cart. All that stuff. All right, I've done it. Woo. Who's going first? What do we want to show? I guess you, because you got the project for next week.
All right.
Let's see if you got your screens all set up.
Finish posting all of the links. All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and jump into the first what are we prototyping segment for this week. This week we are taking a look at the Noodle constant current driver board again, this time in a project that was suggested by PT or Lamar.
Both of them.
We had a nice little teaser trailer, not really, more of like a sneak peek on a Necromancer TV series on Apple TV.
Wow.
I do not know what this is. I'm guessing, what is a Necromancer? Like a wizard, right?
I'm thinking like a cyberpunk kind of Blade Runner aesthetic show. That's what I'm thinking about. But this is really cool that you quickly came up with this multicolor 3D print. Like, this is great. Like, for making signs and stuff, it be a bit of a challenge with a single extruder. But now that we have a multi-material capable printer, you can do super cool LED signage all in one print. That's super cool. So tell me, how was it designing this sign? How did you get the font? And how'd you do it?
Yeah, so I brought this in the chat GPT. No, not chat. Claude.
Claude. You used Claude to design it, or?
No, I used it to ask, what font is this?
Oh, that's clever.
I keep getting emails. Oh no, Claude can do this. Use Claude in your daily life now. What should I do to cook for dinner? So I'm guessing they're going to the ChatGPT general use type scenarios for it. So I asked it, what is this font? And it was so funny because it told me straight up, oh,
Hold up. How did you
Claude was able to figure out, oh, this is from
1
Necromancer. Here's like the 4 or 5 fonts that this probably is. This is, it's referencing cyberpunk, aesthetics where it's usually used. So I was able to go in and grab the fonts that it was most likely it. I don't remember what it is because it was inside of Illustrator. I was able to just, scroll through all the font libraries that they have. So definitely a lot more easier than back in the day where you had to go to what the font, string together all these different fonts. I was able to go in there and just type out the words for this, and then inside of Illustrator, turn them into outlines so that we have the paths to, of course, edit them down to what they usually are, because the fonts do not match exactly. The B, the A, the R, I had to go in there and chop up the R and the A, remove I forget what the names are for the little lines that make up the A, and then the B, I had to chop that off and make it to look exactly what the trailer looked like. So inside of Fusion 360, brought that in as an SVG and then extrude these out. But the main focus for this, though, is not really the sign. It's more the driver board, what we showed off last week, the case for it, and then, of course, driving the LEDs. So we were showing how that was operating last week. Got this all hooked up now just to show how awesome that makes something like a little sign, or of course for cosplay and props, how easy that is to get going before we would have to have much more powerful driver to have this output to the nudes, because they are pretty power hungry. But now we have an adjustable board. And what's so cool about it is you have these little jumpers on here where you're able to adjust how much power you're feeding it. So you can see there how it is getting a little brighter. If you have multiple nudes in there, you can adjust how much current is actually going into them. So that's super cool. I think you could see it going through, right? How much right here, I'm giving it this is plus 50. So it starts off at, I think, 20, and then you just start adding how much how many more volts that you want. So because we have 12 volt and then I think 24 volt nudes, because of the length of them, you're going to need more power. And you're able to adjust the power for those. So that's super cool. So if you have multiple nudes hooked up to it, you're able to feed it the amount of power that it needs to have it glow up. I can see there you're looking up what Necromancer is.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm looking at the Apple press release for it.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, I want more images.
Ah.
Yeah, so Neuromancer is it's going to be a new drama based on the multi-award-winning science fiction novel by William Gibson. So now I know. Good background. One question I had about how did you so you gave Claude the image of a screenshot and it was like, oh, this is the font? How did you? Yeah, right. So you can tell, you can upload an image and be like, hey, describe this image for me. What do you think about this image? That sort of thing.
No, I said, what is this font? And they gave me a whole paragraph describing things I didn't even ask about. It's like, oh, this is likely from Necromancer. This is the bar. I didn't even read any of that because I was like, I don't care. Give me the font name.
I don't care. Give me
the top name. 5 fonts. And, I'm very focused. I need to know what font it is. I need to figure out what, how to define it. Because, again, I was scared that I would have to go through to what the font and find all these. Back in the day, it felt like you were illegally stealing font packages because you had to go to these sketchy websites and download all these fonts. So I already had that in my mind, like, oh no, I gotta go jump through all these hoops to find these image packages. I download them and I try to install them, and it's like, oh no, this does not work.
That's funny.
Like cool. I forget the font formats. It was OMFs and
no, I think
that does not work.
True font open.
Yeah, that's what my train of thought was from the graphic design days, but it was a lot more easier. Adobe bought out all the whatever fonts, or they get them licensed or whatever. So every single font that they have, I was able to go through there and get the ones for the letters that match the most. So you do have to mix and match them to line up, because of course, when designers for these shows or logo designers, they don't use just one font, or mix and matching them and going in like I did and turn them into outlines and paths and editing and tweaking each letter. That's what I was doing for, like I said before, the B, the A, the R, to get that to line up how they have in the trailer, deleting things here and there, and then moving the paths around. But that's neither here nor there. Again, the hero of this is the LED driver board. The way that this is mounted is that we create a channel. I think it's like a 1.8 millimeter thick or wide channel that this is pressed into. I think it is the height of it, I forget, it's like 1.6. You're able to press fit into here so that's not glued in or anything. These can come out. And then I think the toughest part was to get this sign to be sized so that the LED, the 300 millimeter LED nude fits completely around with just having just a little bit left over, and you can kind of see in the back.
Yeah, yeah, that's always the trickiest part. I've done quite a few LED noodle signs. Did a noodle shop sign that was difficult because it had a bunch of letters and stuff.
Yeah.
Figuring out the length that your thing needs to be is a hard part. But yeah, it looks really good. So how did you go from Fusion 360 to multicolor slicing in Bamboo? How was that?
Yeah, well, I'll go over that next week, but it's inside of Bamboo. It's pretty much using the paint bucket tool to color in what is going to be the translucent filament for that, and then what's going to be the darker color so that it looks more like a sign, like a neon LED sign.
Is
the
it
way that yeah?
Yep. Oh, is it one solid body and you have like an extruded offset or something, or how did you design the multi-parts, or did you design multi-parts? Like that's where I'm unclear.
No,
like,
it's all one part.
it's all one part.
It's just extrusions, just punching into the main shape. You can kind of see here. I don't want to take this out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it just
it's two parts.
Like that. Yeah, it's two parts. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
This prints flat, completely down.
Yeah.
No supports. And then we have these little handles or these little loops that are holding this in. I'm going to go ahead and swap that around and just make this into more of a light box so that the blue nude is just going around it to illuminate it more evenly. Because you can kind of see right now it is some parts are illuminated.
Yeah, there's some parts that
you can see here that not everything.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna
make
because of the way that this is able to press fit in, it would be incredibly hard to do that because of the angle of each letter. You can't do that with the blue text on there. So the next best thing is to just have the LED or the blue LED laid out the exact same way that the red one is, but then just have an extrusion out here so that it is cutting off the light for it, meaning that it's like, sort of hiding it so that doesn't bleed into the red, and then just making it like a little light box, in on itself.
Yeah. Very cool. Got a question here from Avinish. Would love to know how you convert Fusion 360 designs to multi-filament slice on the Bamboo. Yeah, we'll go kind of step by step, I guess, next week. The tools that are built into the Bamboo slicer are so excellent. So you're using the paint bucket tool or the fill bucket. So you can just kind of be like assign color and then just drop it on the B, on the A, and the R. And then when you save it out as a 3MF in Bamboo, you can always open it and like readjust it, change the settings if you need, change the colors if you need, which is really nice.
Yep. The only prep work that you do inside of Fusion is sort of separated a little bit. So there is an extrusion for the this main part right here by 0.1. And that way inside of Bamboo Studio with the paint bucket tool, you can easily select that. So you're not using like a paint brush to paint it in. You're just doing like a fill with the bucket tool. Yeah. And the Bamboo software of Fusion.
Yeah, is smart enough to know that, this is a this face is different. This face is different, and it kind of goes through the whole thing, right? So it's not like because the one thing you don't want that would kill the effect is if just the front 2 layers and then all of a sudden it goes back to black. Problematic. So yeah, we'll go over that. Good. Yeah. It makes
You
a
can
good
kind of see
kind of
we're
shop
using the
top right there.
translucent filament for
Yeah,
the
all the way
parts
through.
where the nudes are shining through. I was going to. We do have like translucent colors of red and blue, but I thought it'd be.
No, it's
I didn't
perfect
want
in
to
that color.
teach
The
in that way.
clear.
I want to have.
Yellow.
Yeah, I want to make sure that the nude colors are what is producing that color.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could have just did like just white LED nudes and like I was saying, have the translucent color for each one. But then it'd be like a 3-color print.
Mm.
So it
Yeah,
speeds
that's
it up a
right.
little bit because as it is,
does.
it takes about 50 minutes to print the a flat plaque with this.
What is it?
Pretty much
A millimeter thick? 2 millimeters?
This one is 2.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You want it to have some thickness so that the diffusion is pretty good.
Yeah.
The thicker you are, the more diffusion you're going to get, I think. Super cool. They have a multicolor print and multicolored nudes. Sorry for that. Nudes. Super cool. Yeah.
And like what we covered last week, the other hero part here is the case that's enclosing the Noodle driver, and then we just have these little tabs that get fastened in. You can kind of see the screw mounts here on the base for the sign that hold it in place, and then the little what is this one? This is the 350 milliamp hour battery. I did have the 150 milliamp on there, but I had to go recharge it.
Right.
We haven't used the 150s or the 100 millimeter amp hour LiPo batteries.
Yeah.
All of them are dead, so I got to recharge all of them.
Yeah, I guess you could easily swap out the JST connector for like a custom USB connector, and you can just plug it into a 5-volt USB thing, and then have it plugged in. That could be a good idea.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of these in the shop too. These like DIY USB dually boys. You can get those, or get a USB-C one. I think we have a C one as well. That's like a breakout with pins.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a lot more easier though.
It is a lot easier, but you want that plugged into a wall,
plug.
I think.
Oh yeah.
You don't want it to be on a battery because battery can die.
Yep.
But
I mean, for showing it off in a show, it's
portable.
better to have it portable.
Yeah.
But once it's done, it would be better to have it plugged in. But again, the main, all of this is just ancillary to the.
We really need a way to promote this
Noodle driver board.
Yeah. Everybody go check out the Noodle board. You guys
sauce.
bought them all. We're trying to make more. It'd be nice if these were in stock.
I'm sure we're working on more.
Yeah, we're working on more. But thanks everybody for buying the first batch. Really great products. Power all your letters.
Yes.
Easily with one board. Then you can change the voltage on the fly using the dip switches, which is great. I also have a 3D model of it. So if you want to integrate this into a custom PCB or a custom enclosure, check out our 3D model. It has all the components on that 3D model on our GitHub repo. And the guide walks you through all the things you need to know about powering, pinouts, usage, and of course the downloads. If you want to take a look at the EagleCAD schematic, bring that into your open source KiCad or whatever you like. We got a step file. You can bring that into your open source CAD, free CAD, and have a time with it. It's got all the connectors and everything on there. And the mounting holes, which is kind of the most important part in my designer brain.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Here is a link to that. And next week, Pedro will have
one of the reasons we love the nudes is because they can't run off of these batteries are 3.7.
So
you need a 9-volt, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the EL stuff is pretty power hungry, and that's why it's whiny.
It's noisy. It makes like a hum noise.
Yeah, we do have some battery packs here though that will get you going there. The inverter, you need to invert power to power these
not
things.
As bright,
and they're very dim.
Yeah,
I haven't used EL wire in like a decade, so I'm not a fan of the stuff, just to be honest.
They're not as
flexible. Noodles are the future. Noodles are the future.
Yes.
Plenty of noodles. Check them out. We're a big fan of the single-ended noodles because, well,
a bit more sturdy.
Really, not the single-ended. Sorry,
no,
the double-ended.
Yep, as you saw last week, they're
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
thin for the connectors.
these have
are way more stable.
actual metal
Structure.
contacts,
Yeah.
which make them more rigid and durable.
Yeah.
And
I did order more just to make sure it wasn't me the way that I was soldering. So I will test those again, but it did not constrain my design for this. So
never heard of Noodles. Yeah, check out all of our
yeah.
nudes. I got a link for you. Check it out. Paul Blue. Yeah, I just kind of assume that everybody like knows about Noodles, but yeah, they're super cool. Phenomenal.
I
think they're
saw
like maybe a year ago we started stocking these things in. Yeah, they're so cool.
2.
And then of course we have projects already with the Noodles. Check out all the things we did. One of my favorite is the lamp.
I was about to mention the lamp that you're able to control through. I think you use CircuitPython to have them dim.
Oh, I forgot about these. Yeah, we did a noodle tree. We did the LED noodle shop, which is very meta. Also did a lamp. That works really well. And then this is really kind of a hard one to build, but it's super cool. It's a sci-fi LED noodle lamp kind of thing, inspired by sci-fi props. And you can power them with, like a cutie pie and have them dim using PWM, which we have code for. So you can check out the code for that if you want to do some cool fade in, fade out animations. Same thing with the noodle tree. This would have been a lot easier to do, I think. No, well, you still kind of want to fade them in and out. But if you want a static and you just want to power it with whatever power thing, our current boost is kind of the way to go. So it depends on what you want to do with your noodles. Do you want it to fade? Yeah.
Yes, that even simpler too. You can do it with a coin cell battery.
Yeah, here's our patent pending. No, just kidding. our fun. This would be a cool sign to make. I think I might do that. That might be a good one.
Have where it fades between the two swirly, so it looks like it, like a neon sign where it goes between
we'll have this
animation
come in, and then you can kind of fade them alternatively. Yeah, great job, logo. Yeah, noodles, they're delicious for your eyes. Check them out. It comes in lots of colors and sizes, lengths rather.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2027 has some good signage, I bet. Yeah, it definitely has those cyberpunk vibes. By the way, I need to get that game on my Switch too. I hear it's a really good game. Yeah. All right, Noodles is up. Any other questions? Let us know. Are they trimmable? No, you cannot cut them, unfortunately. We have some techniques on where you can like mask off the length. And I think we kind of maxed out on all the colors. So yellow, blue, green, and red. And then a lot of the warm ones. We have some shorter warm. Yeah. If you want to do even different colors, you could try to do some transparent gel film or something like that with a combination of white. So we just don't got all of the colors, but those are some cool ones.
Earlier, you were saying earlier, just get the translucent filament color, the PLA filament color, or PET G color that you want.
I almost forgot. I actually used it in a ray gun.
That's right.
So this is a really cool way to create like a prop that not a sign, but like an actual physical prop. I have it inside of a Christmas bulb, and when you pull the trigger, it lights up. It's very, very cool. So check that one out too. Love noodles. Noodles. Noodles all the time.
1,001 uses.
1,001 uses of noodles. Excellent. Cool. And check in over here. Sci-Fi Lamp is still my favorite noodle project. Says Aaron, Squid.jpg. It is so tricky to build. I might redo this one with the what is it, single-ended noodles, just to try. I do need to give it a shot. Yeah. I wonder if the bare conductive goo would work. It's a conductive glue. I wonder if that would work. I know it has some resistance, but yeah. Do we even still sell that stuff? Let's see. Bare conductive. If I could type that right. I don't think so. Yeah, that stuff. It has a shelf life as well.
I was
from
about
what
to
I remember.
say, if we did have it. I think I had to throw mine away. It like hardened up already.
Yeah, hardened up. Never mind.
No, the other thing I want to try, we still have spools of it lying around, is the conductive PLA.
filament. Yeah, I haven't really seen much of that these days. That looks like the Rick and Morty portal gun. It's actually from Gravity Falls. But yeah, it's got similar kind of aesthetic. Yep. All right. I think we're all noodled out. Let's go move on to the next prototype. What am I working on? So I talked about turning our USB keyset into a MIDI controller. You know, I love MIDI controllers. This is a reimagined USB keyset as a MIDI controller in progress. So the idea here is to take the 5 chalk key switches. These are 3D printed keys that have a lever mechanism, and they are actuating, low profile chalk key switches that are inside the case. So you can play some MIDI notes. We have an OLED display. Right now it's got Bongo Cat, but it's going to be a CircuitPython project where you have a graphical user interface where you can use a rotary encoder to, on the fly, change the notes of the MIDI keys. And then you will have 3 pots here for doing modulation, decay, attack, or whatever. And then you can use the rotary encoder in the OLED display to kind of change up what MIDI CC or MIDI note you want to assign. So I think that'll be a really cool project. So I got here is a multicolor part. So it's using all 4 colors in the Bamboo Labs AMS. So this is a really cool way to kind of highlight and do some like custom labeling where you're isolating and calling to attention the knobs here in this case. So there are 3 different things, 3 different colors. It looks pretty cool. I got this the main board that's going to be driving the CircuitPython code is the KB2040, which is also a freebie from Adafruit. And you can see here I'm powering the display. I'm controlling the display. I hooked it up via stemma QT, so it's just kind of sticking out here. This is a really cool little snap fit bracket. You'll notice that the KB2040 does not have any mounting holes. So how do you secure it to a 3D print? Well, you create these little tabs that kind of fit the PCB under these little clips here, and then you have plenty of space here for wires to come through. And then you have 2 M3 size tabs or M2.5 tabs, whatever size tabs you want. And now you can secure this to just about anything. So in this case, I have 2 holes here, and that's where this will be secured like that, but on the inside of the case. And then, of course, I have a little USB hole here for the USB-C. Yeah, really good board. It's got all the GPIO I need. You got quite a few components that need to be wired up to GPIO pins. I had to move away from the QT Py because I maxed out on all the pins. So I think this is going to be a fun MIDI controller. Of course, MIDI controllers, custom MIDI controllers is how I got into electronics. So it's good to come back to it and make a really fun, unique MIDI controller, because a lot of the MIDI controllers have like cap touch things that have no feelings or no tactical feedback, or you have these like, these clicky buttons that are not my favorite. Where I have one of those pocket operators, and they have these very unflattering key, buttons that like are bare. So I have not seen anyone do a MIDI controller where you have like this nice travel and this lever mechanism. It feels really nice. And then of course they're chalk key switches, they're low profile, and you can have a different feeling depending on the chalk, because they come in different colors. They come in reds and blues, and those have different feelings and click sounds. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. It's going to be a collab project with Liz Clark. And I think what we're going to do is CircuitPython Day. We want to do a special live stream on where we vibe code this with Claude. And then, it'll be in CircuitPython, but we'll use Claude to kind of assist us with like coming up with the code for the graphical interface, for the MIDI code and all that. So I think that'll be a fun live stream for Circuit Python Day. Don't have a banner yet. We're waiting on it, but I think the 15th of August is going to be Circuit Python Day. It's going to be, but this is like 30 days away, right? So I wanted to get this started now because kind of stuff takes time. This print just finished last night. It took actually 10 hours to print because it prints upright on the Z like this. And there's quite a few color changes. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Let me know what folks think. I'm excited to make a fun MIDI controller.
So, I don't think vibe coding applies to you, because you can actually read code.
I mean, yeah, and really, like, I have yet to create a Claude
assistant,
Claude assistant code project. Liz has been using it to write libraries and do project code, but she could write it all herself without any assistance. So it'd be cool to see what tips Liz has on how to provide more context or things like that. Because I just don't know. I could go in there, but I think you were able to have a good base for your alarm clock. You had like this code, and you're like, let me just add this feature. Let me just add, and that's a good way to start too. Is like once you have your foundation set up, then you can quickly start
pretty much just adding features. Functionality and features.
Yep.
I tried with the LED drum project from scratch. And,
it was tough, right?
Oh yeah.
It's again ended up just WLED is the way to go with that one. More tokens with paid versions. Yep, we're fortunate to have a kind of
the team
account. Yeah. So Lamar's like, yeah, give it a shot. But yeah, we're aware there is a free version. So maybe our live stream will be a good use of like how to utilize, the smallest token, the amount of tokens to create some cool CircuitPython code. That's pretty much it. I think that's it for that.
I think so.
Working on it. Got to wire it up. There's lots of wires to do. I got to solder everything. All right.
Quick question from Aaron JPEG, Squid.jpg asking, would a regular size key switch work? Is it tall enough?
I think so. I'll give it a shot. I went with chalk keys just because it's like half the size. So I would have to add maybe 10 millimeters of height to the base. Yeah, it might work. Probably not though, because it's like those 5 millimeters will run into the components. We do have chalk keys. You can get 10% off if you want to get some chalk keys. We got a 10 pack for 10 or $12. Not bad. I think I'm using white. Yeah, I'm using white, which are clicky. And if you want some more silent ones, the red ones are more silent. But yeah, they do have a different pin layout. I don't have a custom PCB or anything. I'm just soldering straight to them. Or you could use these sockets if you want to have like a modular thing. I did that with the USB key set. But yeah, I kind of wanted to stick with the Kale chalk keys. Nice. Yep. Cool. All right. All right. Do we want to move on to what are we prototyping?
Yeah. Let's see if this loads up.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. Not what are we prototyping? Shop talk? Real quick.
Render. Let's see if this works on the display. We're trying to get this to work earlier. Get like the iPad display to go onto at least the screen over here. So I just point the camera on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe this one too.
We can just talk about it.
Let's see if that'll work. Maybe if we just go to this camera here.
There you go.
Will that work?
Yeah, that's good. All right, so you got an iPad.
Might get in the way. Yeah, so a lot of the 3D modeling that we see on our feed is everybody using their iPad to model using either Shap3r or Nomad. And I think we're a little bit late to the game on this one too. A lot of like the really cool, flexible, organic looking models are all done in like Nomad. So we wanted to give it a shot. The new iOS 26 really inspired us because it is straight up a freaking Windows or a windowed like Mac OS experience. So everything, like I've been doing all my blog posts inside the iPad just because being able to tap and upload things is so much faster when you can just directly tap on everything instead of using your mouse and keyboard for input. And I have like the Corpa Tunnel, so I always use like a Wacom tablet. So it is a lot more faster for me to use the pen or just to physically tap. And that comes with the challenge now to when I go back on the laptop, I'm trying to tap on the screen and nothing happens. So one of the things we wanted to do was just try out Shap3r. So we went in head first, dove right in, and just designed something that we're going to put into the shop. This came to Lamar's email. Somebody saw a really cool JST puller that SparkFun had posted, and we wanted to design one for ourselves so we can put it in the shop. They have it for free to download, but we wanted to make sure that, or wanted to make one that people could just purchase if they don't have a printer and want to deal with all that. So here's what it looks like. All it does is just easily help pull a JST battery out of a circuit board. Sometimes, of course, when we want to get to the project that where it has been difficult to remove, we can't remember what it is, but it is pretty difficult sometimes to remove a JST connection from the socket port of some of the boards, especially when it's like crammed into like a tight space. Usually we have to get like the needle nose pliers to on the plastic part to pull it off, or where we have to risk pulling it from the wire and having it pull completely off. So this is an awesome little design that helps pull that out. All it does is you just line it up with the JST wire, and the connector bit helps pull it out of the board like that. I should have had a board on here to test it out, but I think you have one to.
Yeah, let me show you here.
So yeah, just simple design. The way that they had theirs, they had like a curve where their wire goes into. I tried copying that, but it did not like it. Like I don't think that was a good design because you have to like bend the wire to have it fit into the channel. It's like, why? Just have it be straight. And they had like, you know, their logo on there where it's like the little flame, and it looked like that might be not the best ergonomic design for getting your thumb on there. So that's what I focused the design on. Ours being super small, simple. We don't have to have our, you know, logo all over it. We care less if you download it and you don't know who made it. So yeah, goes right on there, and easily those little things on the side are supposed to be your thumb and your index finger to, you know, have a nice little grip on there to remove that.
Reminds me of a kind of like a pencil sharpener kind of thing.
That's exactly what I keep seeing, because I literally have a sharpener that is the exact same color and shape of it.
Yeah, so it has a really nice tight fit, and you're ordered an SLA print, so it's going to be in that white resin, I suppose, right?
Yes.
From JLC PCB.
Yes, it was the 9090 from the 9090,
JLC. Yeah,
they should be
LDO.
like on Friday.
Yeah,
See what
so
to make sure that tolerances all fit. They should. They've all been pretty accurate with the bamboos. So hopefully those get in the shop pretty soon.
Yeah, this is great.
Nice
This is a
little
smart idea. Again, shout out to SparkFun for the original idea, but it's open source, so let's make our own version of it. And folks will, of course, give out the step file so folks can add whatever, change the shape if you want, add some, I don't know, text or something if you want.
You totally could. I actually did. Yeah. Jump over to my screen. Sure. I went into Nomad, made a custom little brush. Oh, go to
I got you. There you are.
Add a little brush and then just emboss that with the. It's so hard to see. It's so little.
Hard to, yeah, a little blurry.
And then I went. It's easier to show off.
Yeah, see it on your iPad.
So real quick, we're using Shap3r 3D, and it is pretty much like pretty close to what Fusion is. You have access to having your sketches in here. You have your mirroring tools. Just a little bit of a learning curve on the way they operate. A little bit different. You do have to have a Apple Pen to
An Apple
actually
Pencil, yeah.
select anything,
But
which
it's
is kind of
cool.
good.
I like it. Yeah, it was a good reason for me to
Yeah.
buy an Apple Pencil because
Yeah.
I kind of wanted one. I needed a
No,
reason to.
I like it that it's a form of palm rejection. I see with having to use the Apple Pencil to use to modify things like the sketches or to even apply a sketch. So you don't have to accidentally click on something with the Apple Pencil. So it only do the orating with your finger. So I see it as a palm rejection, a really good way to have that. And then just getting used to the way that you measure things. One of the most important things, like, oh, I need this gap to be a certain length. Like, what is the measurement from this path to this path? Because that's what the channel for, say, the wire is or whatever. And then getting some of the pivoting to center onto an object. How does that work? And then the exporting the files for that. So that we'll do, we'll maybe do like an in-depth one, like maybe like layer by layer or something, but definitely was a good way to jump in head first and actually my first thing be something that's going to go into the store,
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Being able to just learn how the layers and the sketches and then the history of the not the history, the I mean it is history, the what is it, the
parametric timeline.
Yeah, exactly, parametric
Yeah.
timeline for that.
Yeah, it seems a little bit easier. Like I kind of like the way it works in Shap3r. I have more. I've yet, I got to do more stuff in it, but from what I see, it's like it's pretty powerful. We got a question on how much it costs. It is a free trial, or it is free to like export 3MFs. But if you want to do more features and export step files, it is a monthly subscription. So go to their website,
which I avoided doing.
3d.com, which I have here. You can find out all their pricing details there, but you're using the free trial of it, and I'm using the free trial of it as well. They have a really good rendering engine as well.
Oh, I didn't even use any of that. Yeah.
I did when you first download the app, they have like a nice tutorial, so just walk through that and instantly like learned how to use it, which is really cool. It is also available on the Mac. You can just download it for your Mac if you want to use it as a desktop. But I'm really into the iPad couch, designing on the couch thing. That was really cool. Yeah, look at it on the Mac here. It looks pretty good. They have some AR stuff as well.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
Fusion has that too with the, what do you call it? The USD
I hope
format.
Fusion buys them out or something, so it is included in the subscription we already had with Fusion.
Yeah.
And there's their entry into having an iPad app, because at this point
it feels like Fusion a lot. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Not just that, the other workflow that we wanted to try as well was bring it into Nomad, and then adding even more sort of sculpting to it. So jump back over to my screen, you can see what that looks like.
Sure.
Inside of Nomad 3D. I think this was $20, I want to say.
I think so. I can double check here.
This is definitely more for all those organic modeling. But again, I just wanted to add even more, having it be like putty. So you're able to go in there and soften up the edges even more, having like little dimples that would be like from your thumb and your index finger. So that's what I added into this one. Just having even more curvatures to it, and then creating custom brushes, which can be used as a texture in the logo. So that's what that looks like here. It just goes in like that. It'll go in and create textures for it. Oop, that is the wrong one. Is it? Yeah. And then you can adjust your intensity and the size of your brush. Oh, why does that look like that? Oh, I know why.
Live demo.
I'm not actually using the stamp tool. There you go. So yeah, you can barely see it there in the screen.
It's fine. We get the organic mesh modeling, so you can do a lot of sculpting.
I like that. Cool. There is a history, so you can go back. Something that Fusion doesn't have. So when you go into the sculpting environment, you sculpt something and there's no way to go back.
Yeah.
This one has a nice list of the history of all of the actions that you've been doing. So that's cool. And then what else? Definitely something I wanted to use for that clock, where I wanted to build fur into the outer shell of it without affecting the inside of the mounts. Would have been perfect for that. But yeah, super cool to be able to have more of a sculpting environment to add more organic shapes to your enclosures.
Yeah, Paul's asking if Shap3r 3D is like a mobile Tinkercad and Nomad is like Blender. Pretty close. I would say it's more like Fusion 360. Shap3r 3D is more like a mobile Fusion 360, and Nomad is like Blender or ZBrush, if you know about ZBrush.
Say more
and
like
then we
ZBrush.
have, yeah, and then we have some. Sorry, we have some questions from Squid.jpg. Question for the various microcontrollers and other 3D printed mounts that Adafruit sells. Are these 3D files available? Yes, they are. They're actually in the GitHub repo. Just type in the PID for the case. So if we have a snap case, let's say for this one, you just type it in here. And if I don't have it yet, just add a what do you call it? An issue, and you can assign me a part request, and I'll get those files up. I'm still working on getting all of them up. Like here, for example, is the feather case. This is the exact same file that we sent to JLC PCB to have them printed. It comes with the step file and the Fusion file and the STLs. But yeah, there's still some I need to add. So good call to action for me. Thank you, Squid. So I'll get those all out. I think I also want to add the KB2040 mount. We have a Cutie Pie mount as well, but I think the KB2040, I'm starting to use it more and more. I use it in the turntable, and now I'm using it in this MIDI controller because it just has more I/O. And I think a 3D printed mount for that would be a good idea. But yeah, most of the cases should be on our GitHub repo. It just makes sense to add it here because it has the same kind of file name structure where the PID, the product ID is before the part. And that's a good segue to the Adafruit CAD parts. I'm still adding more CAD parts and trying to clear out my backlog of issues, which are really part requests. And you can see here under the commits, I added the 3 new products this week. We have the Ideal Diode breakout, the Pi Stemma QT breakout, and the Pi Cowbell HSTX DVI breakouts. So those are all new added, and they're all new parts as well. So we're trying to get 3D models of new parts as soon as we're like working on the learn guides for them. Good questions. And don't forget,
and if they are not there, they are in the guide for the project.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can
over there.
Yeah, I actually had to go in to the turntable and export out a F3D file for the mount, because I actually designed the KB2040 mount in the turntable project, which can get a little annoying, right? You're like, oh, why isn't this its own, model that's an external component? But sometimes you just kind of model everything inside your project because it's easier. Don't forget 10% off coupon code if you want to pick up any of the things in the Adafruit shop. Use our coupon code Noodle Boost. All right. Do we have any questions in the other chats? Nope. I think we're all caught up.
Just comments. Squid says Shap3r seems to be easier to use for guys like me who are newbies to the
I feel like it is easier. I feel like if Fusion was reimagined on a touch screen on a tablet, you would have Shap3r. That's what it feels like to me. Pretty cool. One thing I wanted to share.
I like it that it's like stripped out of like having the CNC stuff, the electronics stuff. So it's not just
loaded thing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So I was able to design this bumper in Shap3r on my iPad while I was on the couch on a Saturday. So this is a TPU bumper that fits on my lovely new coffee press from Espro. This is the P7 model. And I used the fuzzy skin to make this nice texture on the outside. So this is, of course, a flexible print and TPU. It's Matter Hacker's TPU, so it came out a little stringy. Bamboo Labs has their own blend of TPU filament, and it's less stringy. So I need to go buy some. But yeah, I just wanted to make this design really easy. It's just a couple, like 3 sketches and like 2 extrudes, shell command, and that was a really good introduction. And it's useful. I'm using it every day now. So this has the little notch that lines up there. It has a really nice press fit. And now when I put this on the table, it doesn't make that clink sound. It's nice, grippy and bumpery. And I kind of like the texture here. Kind of reminds me of like an avocado skin. And I love this this cafe press, and it's awesome. I got it on Prime Day. It's like it's expensive, but I love my French press. And yeah, great use of TPU. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, fuzzy skin is great for grips. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like this silky, very slippery.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I agree, Paul. It's looks good. On first glance, Pedro thought it was like, oh no, it looks chewed up and gross.
Yeah, I thought it was the extrusion. It's like, oh no.
Yeah. Nope, it's on purpose. Yep. But yeah, I need to get some Bamboo Labs blend of TPU because it's a lot cleaner. And I had to do a lot of cleanup, just use those flush nips to cut off all the little stringy bits and the goobers.
You're using the profile
lines. Yeah.
You're using the profile for the
I am. I'm using the TPU for AMS profile that's built into the Bamboo slicer. And it came out very, very
Oh,
very
that's probably
stringy.
fine.
I think it's just the AMS. Exactly. Yeah. But there's no other. I guess I would not use the AMS. Right, and then just load it directly.
They have a generic one, yeah.
Yeah, but you would have to feed it to the manual thing and not the AMS thing.
Yeah,
that's the difference here. Did you dry it right out of the box? I did not actually, and it's kind of an old spool. Although our apartment is climate controlled, it probably could use some drying. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of just a generic TPU for Matter Hackers. So, yeah, it worked. It's easy to clean up. I'm pretty used to that with the Ninja Flax and TPU. All right, we got a couple moments left. Let's try to speed it up a bit because we have some community makes after our Timelapse Tuesday.
All right,
this week's Timelapse
Tuesday. Following up on the Halloween theme, we're getting into that season again. If everyone else is doing it, of course, I'm going to jump in and do all the Halloween stuff. We got this awesome skull knocker. It is a printed piece, a little knocker for your door. And I am using the updated, oh my God, I forgot the filament brand again.
Oh no, is it marble?
Panem Chrome.
Oh yeah, Polymaker, right?
Yes, the new Polymaker brand. This is the marble from them.
What?
You remember last week?
Man, it looks really good.
Yeah, it is super good. You could definitely feel a difference in the filament. The support material for it came off really good. There is quite a bit, not too much, but a little bit for like the overhang for the eye sockets, and then the way that the actual knocker part, the way that the bones are, it's not flat on the bottom for it. I used like the M3 command strips to adhere that to the door, and it was on there really good.
I love that it's printed.
No need for the screw holes that are on the back, little slots in the holes that are on the back.
Yeah, that's good. Let me switch to your screen.
Yeah, I was trying to do that. There you go.
All right, so what do we got here in the back?
So here's what it looks like. This is the printed place little knocker part, just swings in and out. I should not have left the support material in there because it's still inside. You can kind of hear it going away. And then if you do want to have the screw slots for that mounting, that is there. And it works really good as a door knocker.
How did you mount it to your door? I think you said.
The command strips.
Command strips. Brilliant.
Yeah, I just had that on there and then lined it up so where the little pull tab is.
Oh, that's smart.
Here.
Great tip.
Accessible from that. So just line that up and it adheres really well.
It does. Yeah. I like the Velcro ones because then you can like take it off. But
yeah.
I like the Velcro command
I
strips.
don't think I had any of those. We had way more of the other ones. For what project we used it on, where we have like 3 packs of them. So
Right,
I need to
might as well
use
use them
those
up.
up. But I will attach this to the outside of the door where I'm not filming for the season.
Very cool.
And
Let's take a look at. Oops, again, a wrong screen. Look how lovely it looks when you weather it with like all this kind of dry weathering or whatever.
Instructions for that are in there. He says
oh, really?
Use the brown with water to do the dry brush effect for it. Yeah, that looks excellent.
Elgato 3D on makerworld.com. We'll put a link in the description. But it's a free model, right? Yeah.
Yes.
You get the 3MF. You can open it straight into Bamboo. It's one part. Prints in place. And a lot of people are printing it. How'd you find this? It just kind of randomly found it?
Should have been the feed, yeah.
Should have been your feed. It was released June 20th, right here, this year. So it's pretty new. Very cool. No scaling either. It's just ready to print as is.
Yeah.
And man, look at some people are really awesome with their coloring. Look at the way it's textured. It's really cool. The layer lines actually add to it, which is pretty neat.
I wonder if they brought that into Nomad and added some like texturing to it.
I think it's already there, isn't it?
Oh wow!
It's just with the painting it. With the paint, it like kind of.
I think you're right.
Kind of creates.
Oh, you're right. I see it. Yeah,
you can see it right. Yeah.
In the like the shadow.
Yeah, there it is. You can see the polygon somehow creates a fun nerve kind of veins or something almost. Very cool model. Shout out to Elgato 3D, and they also have some amazing
skull other really good skull themed.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this crown. Yeah,
teeth
like the Ice King or whatever. The voodoo crown of bones and teeth. Yeah, check them out. This is a great model. Perfect for Halloween season. It'll be here before you know it.
I mean, it's already here in the stores.
It's here in the stores. Yeah, that's why we get ready because it takes time to print stuff and get stuff ready. So, big fan of Halloween.
Yeah, this would definitely be cool with adding the like little neopixels for the eyes or.
Oh yeah, make those eyes.
PIR. When you get close, it like blinks at you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we got to start thinking about Halloween projects.
Yeah, hollow out the back. The prop maker.
Yeah, when you knock it, it says something. And it uses Adafruit IO to turn off and on your front porch. It's super cool. Sweet print. Thank you. Yep. Overture has some good TPU as well, says Paul. Good to know. All right, let's move on to Community Makes. First one up this week, posted on printables.com by Kotlin. They got a remix of the Adafruit Heat Press. This is funny. It's just a remix of Adafruit Press. Yeah, no need to have a press to press. You did? Perfect. Yeah, it's great. So I kind of forgot because this thing is like 6 years old or something. You kind of need heat set to create the heat set. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot.
So this person, so this person, Kotlin, like designed it so you don't need heat sets. It's just like using cap nuts, which is great. There's so many remixes of it, and I continue to get blown away that folks are remixing it and making it, custom arms to fit their soldering iron and custom bases. And finally, someone made it so you don't need heat set inserts to build your heat set insert press. Good stuff. So shout out to them. After that, we have a remix. It's a remix kind of week. Christian posted up the remix of the foot switch. Remember, we used the Trinket M0? Well, they thought, why not use a Pico and a Cherry MX? Very modernized. Still's got the spring because the spring is nice to have there, but excellent design remix, incorporating the very low cost, kind of overpowered because you have so much DPIO, but hey, they got it laying around, so might as well use it, right? So if you want a USB foot switch and you got a Pico and a Cherry MX, and you want a foot switch for something, this is a good remix. Yeah. Again, that one's from Christian on Printables. And the last one to round out the week, perfect timing. It's a remix of our Severance speaker designed for a home assistant voice assistant. So this has a NeoPixel bar, It's got a microphone, a lot of wires, different microcontroller that's like a ESP32 dev kit C from Espressive. They got the MIMS microphone and an 8 NeoPixel bar from Adafruit, of course. And they redesigned the mount, and you can see the colors shine through on the grid. A really good remix. I'm liking this, and it's of course it's using instructions from Great Scott to create the voice assistant satellite for Home Assistant. It's a good ESP32 project. Yeah, I was hoping somebody would do this at some point, like add a microphone and all that good stuff. Posted up by Treadpath on printables. Where all the links to these makes are in our YouTube description and the blog post. So shout out to everybody for posting those up. Really love seeing remixes because it takes, our project that's like meant to be remixed and actually adds features to it. That's the whole point of what we're doing. And if you want to pick up anything from the Adafruit shop, don't forget this code is good for the next 24 hours. It expires tomorrow. 10% off your order. Noodle Boost. Woo-hoo. All right. We're a little over time here, so let me quickly run through shows tonight. We have a special show and tell show tonight. It's going to be hosted by Liz Clark. She'll be hosting while PT and Lamar are getting together for the Ask an Engineer show, tentatively scheduled for 8 p.m., but it can change on the fly because it is that season where things will be changing. So yeah, Ask an Engineer, hopefully tonight. If not, we'll stay tuned to find out if there's any scheduling changes, which is inevitable. JP's workshop is tomorrow, Thursday. And then we have a deep dive from Fummy Guy. Check out all the show times at Discord using the Showtime tag. All right. Anything else? We'll talk about CircuitPython Day as we get to it. We still need a graphic for CircuitPython Day so that we can promote it. But August 15th is the date. We're going to have special live streams from the whole team, from the IO team to the web, maybe the web dev. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
And we got this MIDI controller project. So that's what we're working on. We're going to try to reach out to the community as well. I won't name drop anything yet, but Liz Clark is kind of organizing the event with like people from the community. And maybe we'll have something like, if you want to be a part of this CircuitPython Day, reach out on Discord, I think is the best spot. And we'll try to work into whatever time slot we might have. The whole day is going to be like packed with CircuitPython live streams. All right, folks. It's time to get back to work. We'll see you, I think, later tonight. Yeah, and it's lunchtime over here on our side. Thanks. What's the Discord? The Discord's up here. Discord.gg/Adafruit. And we'll see you there. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tonight on Show and Tell. But until next week, remember to
make
a
great day.
Bye, folks.
Sweet.